Welcome back. So the equity market is having a bit of a dull morning, 60 points lower on the Nifty. But let's find out what's happening in commodities. Earlier, Manisha told us that obviously gold is back to its glittering ways. Let's see what she's tracking now. Manisha?
Oh, yes, I'm looking at precious metals because this is a segment that seems to be coming out from its consolidation period, which we did see last almost like a month there. But look at the gold prices, and we've seen 2% of gains in the overnight market. All-time high has been 43.80, and we are trading at around 41.50 at this point in time. When the correction did come after hitting those all-time highs, we did see gold prices go down to 39.25 on the lower side as well, but trading not just above 4,000, but above 4,100 as well. Same is the case with silver, 4% of gains in the overnight market. All-time high has been 54.5. We've seen prices decline below 48 as well, but we are trading above 50.5 at this point in time. So a very strong comeback from the kind of lows that we have seen in gold and silver both. I mean, remember, those were overheated levels, and some profit taking is something that the markets were anticipating, and there's a smart rebound from there on. The support also comes in from the fact that there's a growing expectation now of a Fed rate cut in the month of December. This is on the back of weak economic data that we have seen come in from US. So the US consumer sentiment is at the second lowest reading on record. That tells you that the rate cut perhaps is an important thing. Apart from that, the labor market also shows weakening signals. The US jobs layoff surge to the highest in 20 years when that data came in the previous week. So that has been quite supportive as well. And because of this weak data, you have the US dollar index, which has declined yet again. We did see dollar index go to 100 and plus, but that has not been the case in last couple of trading sessions therein. And then apart from that, this has been the ever longest US government shutdown in history. While there is consensus that we would see the US government reopen on the 1st of Jan, but until then, the kind of missing of data and the impact that it has had on spending and budget is something that the street is taking cognizance of. And then this is the most important one. The global central banks have bought 634 tons of gold between Jan and September. The last 3 months perhaps could see another 150 to 200 tons. Remember, for last 3 years, the gold buying by central banks has been up to the north of 1,000 tons every year. And that perhaps is exactly what you could be looking at as a number this year as well. Chinese central bank buying has been constant for the last 12 months, and that clearly has been very, very supportive. This is after this recent jump is what we've done in sense of gold and silver prices in this year until now. So gold is up 57% and silver is gained up by 76% in this year till time. But I want to focus slightly more on gold and the expectations for 2026 now. Most of the global banks have started to come out with their forecast for the next year. Morgan Stanley has talked about 4,500 by mid-2026, and then they will take a call on how the second half looks like. Wells Fargo talks about 4,700 by the end of 2026. 4,700 is by March 2026. A possibility is what UBS has come out in sense of a report. But the most common and agreed upon price really is $5,000 an ounce by the end of 2026. That is the view coming in from JP Morgan, also by HSBC. JP Morgan also says, by the way, that in next 3 years, they expect the gold prices to consolidate, keep moving higher, and $6,000 an ounce is an expectation going forward as well. But then take a look at Bank of America, Society General, Goldman Sachs. They're all talking about 5,000 to 5,055 of a level by the end of next year. So clearly, higher highs is what the markets are anticipating. Till time, we've almost done $4,400 an ounce. And from these kind of levels, another $600, $700 of a gain is what you could perhaps see by the end of next year as well.
Okay. All right, Manisha, thanks very much. Interesting stuff there.